G'day guys and welcome to what is a little bit of a different rookie player profile. Today I'm going to be discussing two players because they are quite similar in terms of their price, positions, and well, the fact is we could probably only pick one of them. So I'm going to be sort of breaking down which one I like more, but we're going to start off with Jason Horne-Francis, the unreal gun that starred in the Glenelg prelim in the Sanford, ready-made midfielder that's playing against men. Got 24 disposals in that, 3 goals, and that was his real standout game that really got him to the pick one. But we're going to sort of see whether or not he is a good pick for our Supercoach teams. Nonetheless, so midfielder, very friendly role, but it depends where he plays. I'll get to that later on in the video. Priced at 207k, which is, it's stock standard for a pick one. Durability is good, job security is good, and the average disposal, I looked everywhere, I couldn't find his average, so I just got what he got in the prelim, because that's all I sort of found. All it was just a highly anticipated player going to North Melbourne, and that kind of worried me a little bit. I'm seeing a lot of comments about him being a star, but I couldn't really find much evidence to back it up. So that is a little bit worrying, but nonetheless, going to be a very similar comparison to Patrick Dangerfield, which is, quite a fair one in all honesty. So, he's quite explosive, and, size of Horne-Francis is very good, 184 centimetres, and he's about 85 kegs. So, perfect contested midfielder if North Melbourne play him there. And that is something that we will get to as coming up. As you can see in the red, that is the reason why I don't really want to pick him at the moment. But we'll get to it. Strength is, his literal strength, good in the contest. His size is good, and his tackling is good. So he's got good defensive work as well. So we like that. But another strength for him is also the ability to move forward, and that is the one that really ticks us off, especially in a Supercoach sense, because we do not want him to do that at all. And if he does, playing at North Melbourne, they're probably going to improve, no doubt about it. I like the talent on that list, but fact of the matter is that they still look like a bottom 4 team. So that is quite alarming. If they play him forward, I just don't know what his scoring potential is going to be, especially when we're paying up 207k for him. But it just depends where his role is. If he's playing midfield and dominating, I really don't see why not, because the attributes are there. He's a pick one and absolutely starred. So I really like him as a player. Weaknesses, his role, obviously, he could be going forward. And another thing is his disposal efficiency. He hasn't got the best decision-making skills, but that's what can be expected being a contested ball winner. All you're really worrying about is getting rid of it. Disposal is not as good as it should be, but nonetheless, I think he's a pretty good pick. But in terms of selection, probably moderate. I reckon he's a good pick, but just that role really scares me, and that's something that's giving me cold feet on Horne-Francis. But I'll just leave it there, and let me know what you reckon on him. And next player we'll discuss is Mcrae. So Mcrae, likewise to Horne-Francis, is also a midfielder priced at, basically 207k. He's actually 206k. So prices comparison, basically the same price, but which one do we pick? So we'll talk about Mcrae, the potential second-year breakout, super cheap for what he could do. Now, the thing I like about Mcrae is, for a second-year player, he's pretty much priced as a number 1 draft pick, which is sort of how it should have eventuated, because he's incredibly young, and you could argue that he could have gone in this draft that we just had. And if he did, chances are he would have been taken at pick 1 anyway. So I really do like this pick, and Collingwood just look like they're getting thinner and thinner, and a little bit of a rebuild type situation where I feel like they will chuck Mcrae in the guts. But will they? Well, that's what we're here to find out. So durability is pretty good from what we know, and the job security should be good. He was in and out of the side, but with another pre-season under his belt, he should have very good job security. So, no worries about that. Average disposal, 12.8, which is, pretty dreadful, it has to be said, but remember, it is at an AFL level, not a NAB league level, so we have to give him the benefit of doubt. He's due for a second-year response, and I hope that he can live up to that. He did get, speaking of 12, I think he did get 12 in a quarter or something like that against West Coast, so he's shown really good glimpses, but too many poor games, and maybe he just wasn't ready for AFL yet, but had the experience. And what can he learn from 2021 where he can apply it to 2022? We'll find out. But I really like Finn Macrae, and no surprise whatsoever. Sort of feels like he plays like his brother Jack Macrae, which is a little bit interesting. He's got a mentor there and someone that he can really get good guidance off. So hopefully, Jack Mcrae can teach him a thing or two about, absolutely racking it up and being a Supercoach guru. That's exactly what we want. The size is good, and the strengths, obviously a second-year player. He's got a little bit of the runs on the board for a rookie, so that's always good, and another preseason, so he's only going to get fitter, which is really good. His ball-winning ability, he can rack it up when he's on. As I said, we saw that in the West Coast game. It wasn't much for us to work off, and it was only a small sample size, but it was a little bit of a look at what he can potentially do in the midfield. And another strength of his is his endurance. Absolutely crushed it in the beep test, and you got to sort of go to Finn McGuinness to compare athletes that are just as good. He smashes a 2K time trial. So, players that can run out a whole game are key for us, and hopefully on that he can play or flat out midfield. That would be really nice, having him, Jack Crisp, or maybe someone else, not sure, maybe Pendlebury or something. But I don't mind him as a pick so far, but he's just one of those players we're really going to have to monitor over the Amy series. Weaknesses, obviously his role. Where is he going to play? Are they going to have him in the midfield, or are they going to chop and change him on the wing or forward, or is he even going to get much midfield time? Is he going to play at all? We'll find out. We'll see how he's tracking. So as a selection, equal on par with Horne-Francis. He's moderate, but it comes down to which one am I selecting. Well, so far, as many of you would have seen from my team update, I'm picking Mcrae over Horne-Francis. Just on the roll, I think he's got a much better chance of getting mid-time, plus another year on the board that Horne-Francis doesn't have. And he's even cheaper as well, only by 1K, but it doesn't really matter there. But on that, I am definitely going Finn Mcrae, but that's what you guys are here for. Drop down below. I want to hear some debate. I want to have some good discussions about these two. Who are we taking? They're literally versing each other because, I've said it before, we can't pick both of them, I don't think, especially when we've got Dacos on the radar as well. So, let us know what you guys reckon. And, I'm back from holidays now, of course, so I'm doing a bit more content, as you guys could probably guess. But, on that, take it easy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.